Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another On the First Day. I'm really, really lucky to be with my good friend, Darren. He is the VP of Engineering. So Darren also, he had his own development company. That's how I got to know him. So now he's running Arthur Online, which is a PropTech platform. And he's growing and growing his team. And that's why we're here today. My first question to you, dear sir, is imagine I'm a really lucky maybe say backend developer or even front-end designer. I'm really, really lucky to have just passed your interviews and we've got through it. I got the email from your HR department saying, congratulations, Carl, welcome to Arthur. So if it's like, say, 1 week before starting, what should I prepare?
Yeah, good question. And thank you for the introduction, Carl. We're a product company, so it's a bit different for agency companies and product companies. Product company is you pretty much going to be working on the same product while you work with us. Agencies, you may have different projects. You could be working on 3 or 4 different projects, and if it's bad, you could be working on 12, one a month or something like that. It depends on really what you're building. But for us, you're really working on one product. You might be working on lots of different areas of that product. But it'll all be quite familiar wherever you are. So for us, you will be trying to probably brush up on your skills first of all. So whatever we've employed you up as, which could be, if you're on DevOps or you're a backend developer or front-end developer, you will very, very clearly know what your expectations are for the first 3 months. We make that really clear in the interview. So typically, just for the first the week before or even sooner, is just keep researching about who we are. We're more interested in product thinking people. So we really want you to kind of understand, log in, register to our system, try and get like demo accounts and all this kind of stuff, because that's what was really nice. And if you come in with that domain knowledge of property, for example, and you know what the residential and private and all this kind of stuff is, then you're on the way to build something correct. The skills and the technical, you've probably got already because you passed the interview. But if you don't have it, then you'll get it while you work here. So I think for us, 1 week before, hopefully even before this, is domain knowledge, understanding the sector that we are in. So for us, it's PropTech. If you're joining another company that was in FinTech or whatever else, understand what they are trying to do. There's many different in PropTech. It's not just one thing. PropTech can be coming into like hotel management or real estate, and it's also which countries you're selling it into. But even for us, there's like 7 or 8 different types of industries that we hit. It's not just residential, there's like social housing and commercial and things like this. If you don't do that, I mean, I've been running this business for a while, and if you don't do it, or we don't give the adequate training when you first start, which we do now, people could be lost for a very long time. They know what they have to do, they know the jury issue that they have to do, but they don't really know why they're doing it. Now, we're a lot better at that now, but just to increase your chances of success, if you're doing it yourself, spend some time, register to our systems. Don't be afraid of putting your email address in. If your trial expires, find another email address and use that.
Time has ticked, and I've registered, and I've used up all my emails, and I've had a look around, and I've got some ideas about how we can improve this, and I'm excited, and I've even bought a new pencil case. I've got some new pens. All right, I'm starting work tomorrow, so 1 day before starting at Arthur Online Southeast Asia. What do you recommend I do?
In the domain already, you're not going to know where all those pieces connect, but it will make more sense when we onboard you and you have time here. So I think stop, relax, take a break, and I'm not talking to you.
Nice.
It's fine if you want. Are you joining us tomorrow? And then just get plenty of sleep and just get ready for that new chapter, basically.
Cool. What time should I arrive, Mr. Darren? What time should I arrive in the morning?
Depending on your role, we'll sometimes ask you to come in at 10 or maybe half 10. Don't come in too early because we won't know what to do with you.
Yeah.
We're expecting you at 10:30, so come in at 10:20.
Yes.
Please don't please don't.
Yeah, seriously, don't not come in early.
If you have, then go wander around 7-Eleven and come back or something.
Who will be from your team? I know that because you're growing, you're probably having a HR team now and stuff like that. Who will be showing me around, and how should I act as I'm being shown around?
Admin or HR will show you who your desk is, and you'll probably get to know a few people. It's all quite friendly. It's all pretty relaxed. We try to relax people
I've been to the office.
Quickly. Basically, just sit them in front of their computer and say, hey, turn it on and start installing stuff, and we'll give you a shout in a bit. Make this computer your own. Install Visual Studio and whatever else you need. They typically, they get a blank computer when we've got a slideshow, and if it wasn't COVID, they'll be over in the corner on the big screen, on the sofa and all this kind of stuff, and we work with one of our leads to go through it, which explains the whole company, the infrastructure, who we are, how many people in where they are as well, because we can't see ourselves as just one isolated team. And so we open them up and find out what departments we have and roughly what they do, what their toolkits, what their tool set is and their stack is, are at a very rough level. Then the HR person will kind of go through the boring legal stuff, office rules and all that kind of boring stuff that has to be stamped down straight away. No videos unless it's your break, and don't do this and don't do that, because if these people are graduates as well, they might not know exactly what to expect. And if they've come in quite smart, we'd tell them, hey, don't worry about like suiting and booting for the next day. It's very nice that you did it, but if you want to come in, I was
just about to ask you, what's the dress code at Arthur Online?
Relax. I don't care if people want to pierce their ears and stretch their lobes and color their hair, as long as you're a nice person and you respect other people. We don't have customers coming into this office, and even if the customers, or not even customers, but if senior partners or whatever came in from the UK, it wouldn't make a blind bit of difference. I'm looking for, I think that just like restricts the type of people you're looking for, and I want people to express their freedom.
What are 3 things you don't want to see in your office, mate? Like, what is some of the things, like 3 things from a new starter that you'd be like, that's not us. That's not aligned with our team and our culture.
Okay. So this is kind of quite relative to Thailand, maybe other countries as well, but I haven't run other businesses in other countries. So Pia Nong. Right. I don't mind Pia Nong for brother and sister, but I don't like it for age. I started professionally working in offices around 16, and I had a bit of age discrimination. Not that much, because I always fought back. So if I ever got a whiff of some sort of discrimination, I'd just say,
Awesome. And that's awesome.
I've seen that here occasionally, where they will kind of introduce themselves with their age. And I mean, that's just part of the culture. I can't stop that happening, but I don't want it to be like, you're older than me, so you're wiser than me, because there's a lot of stupid old people. So the way that I approach the business and approach everybody here is, it might help with just kind of eliminating that whole thing. I don't mind it outside the office.
I've got to say, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. So second thing, what do you know want to say, my friend?
YouTube in work time. It's like excessive mobile phone usage. I've seen it happen, and I'm just like, are you serious? And I don't want to tell somebody off on their first day, but
you shouldn't really have to, right?
Unfortunately, it's happened a bunch of times. I have an excuse to say I can work with the TV on or something, but that's not a good excuse. Excessive mobile use and just distractions. What you should be doing as a coder or a programmer or anybody in this technical industry, get your head down and get a good solid 7 hours in.
I find this with myself getting older in my career and stuff, is that when I get into flow, it's a great feeling. And also that when you finish that day, and anyone listening to this as well, when you finish that day and you've done 7 hours and you've done really well, you've committed code and you feel good about it and you feel safe about it, you can go home and just feel like you've done a good day's work. But if you're distracted, it gets tiring after a while, because you never achieve anything. So yeah, I agree with that, mate.
If you're 1 minute late, it actually does disturb us. So if you're 1 minute past 10, for example, we've already started the daily stand-up at 10, spot on. So if you keep repeating that, the team leader or scrum master or whoever is involved with that stand-up meeting, they will get annoyed with you.
Leaving for the day, what advice have you got for me for leaving in the best way possible?
It's when do they leave? Typically, I will go. I won't really let them leave a minute early because that will set the wrong precedent. So me or somebody else or one of their leads, I'll send them a message or something and just say, hey, just tell that, tap them on the shoulder and say when they're ready, they can go home.
So can you tell us a couple of, what are some main jobs that you're looking for to fill? What some places?
Decent tech lead, somebody who can spend 50% of their time managing and 50% of their time developing. Bit of a doer, but also somebody who doesn't mind leading a team. Developers, we're after as decent developers, mid-level, at least 3 years of experience. So any senior developers out there and experienced developers, come and knock on my door, come and find out what we're about.
Links below.
Yeah, links below. Thank you. Which way? We're going this way, that way. Subscribe and ring that bell. Got 2 product owners already. We need another product owner. So somebody who's looking to grow product owner, might be in that area. It doesn't need to be particularly too technical, like a PM or some sort of like delivery manager, or has been in some sort of technical role or QA role, who aspires and has had some introduction to product, then please give us a shout. We're really interested in bringing you on. DevOps, of course, always DevOps. The big one would be the DevSecOps as well. Got to be always careful about how I say that one.
What is DevSecOps?
DevSecOps is it's like DevOps security, automated pen testing, and all this kind of stuff. And it's a job. It's a good one. We're really after somebody who's like really, really good at that. So
please, everybody interested in PropTech and also emerging FinTech within PropTech, please get in touch with Darren and his team. I can personally highly recommend working with him. I can recommend working with the actual office as well. It's a really nice place. It's also smack bang in the middle of Ceylon, sat on Ceylon. So it's a really, really nice place. You have so much choice of food, which is very important, as we know.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah,
it's a big one. So it's a really, really, it's hard to find first time, but once you found it, you're cool. Then you're like, all right, okay. So yeah, thank you so much for your time, mate, and good luck with everything. Okay, see you later.
Thank you, Carl. That was lovely. Thank you.
Bye.